Going on the road, going on the road, going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.
Good morning. Today's video is one that Harley recorded when we were thinking about purchasing a heavy-duty truck. And this is about the wheel alignment that he did on one of the heavy-duty trucks that we were by in Quartzsite. And hopefully this information will be good for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Okay, this is for the HDT thing. It's Harley from RV Broke. I retired out of a truck shop. For you guys, we got a truck that's wandering a little bit. So we're going to show you how to do your own towing alignment. First thing you want to do is jack the truck up so the tires are free, and then you want to check your kingpins here for any play and wheel bearings. So on this one you have to watch out because it's got that hub centric balancing ring in here. You don't want to hit that balancing ring. So you take your bar, get it in behind here, and don't touch the balancing ring. Then you lift up and push on the tire at the same time on the top. See if you get any kind of play. And he's got no play. We've done this. And if you get any kind of play, it's either going to be the wheel bearing, or it'll be in here in your kingpins, and you know your kingpins are bad. So they've already loosened up the tie rod ends here. We're going to check the toe in with the tires off. And we've already checked both sides. So we take a tape measure, and you put a screw in the tire. I have some longer screws. These are pretty short, but you just put a screw in the tire. You run a tape measure across, and you measure your distance across the front and roll it to the back and measure it to the back. And it should be towed in 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. And this one's dead on. So that's going to make it wander a little bit going down the road. So that's what we're going to try to cure. I'll get a tape and we'll be back. Okay, here's our tape. We're at 83 5/8. Just a little, yeah, right, 83 5/8. Now we're going to roll it to the back and do the same measure. Run the tape across and have your trusty assistant holding it in the same place. Now this one is 84, and so it's off. So they've moved that bar. It's 84 1/4. So this one's towed way in. So we're going to roll the bar and bring it back so we got about 1/8 to 1/4 inch toe in on it. And I'll show you how to roll that bar. You got your pipe wrench? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, see, there we go. You just roll the bar one way or the other, whatever. That's Randy. So we'll do another measurement here. Okay, so as we've adjusted it, we're just a hair over 1/8 of an inch towed in. So now we're going to tighten up these turnbuckles on here, and we'll see how she does. And if you got a wandering truck, you want to check your spring purchase here on the front and rear to make sure that they're not going back and forth too, because there's bushings in there. And these pins, this is a tapered pin. There's a nut on the back side, and that gets taken off, and then you have to drive it out. And then see the pin right here? This is the same. There's a screw hole that tapered. We got two of those tapered. When the kingpins are in there, these get driven in, and it holds the kingpin from turning. And there's bushings pressed in the top and bottom. And you'll put a new bushing in, and you got to hone it out to size it, and then make sure you grease those top and bottom. Okay, let's see how she drives, I guess.
They just don't give you a lot of room
No,
under these things.
no, especially when they're turned and the nuts are down lower. you want to make sure that you take your screws out of the tires. We usually use screws that stick out about a 1/2 inch or so, and because if you leave your screws in, you'll flatten the tire. Now the earlier trucks have an adjustable drag link here, and this one's not adjustable. The steering wheel's off center, so we're gonna have to change that. He ordered a shaft because there's a little bit of play in the, which is it's kind of normal, but we're gonna replace that, and we'll have to lift the steering wheel and center it that way. And if it's a little bit off, you can center the steering wheel if you're anal about it. You can center the steering wheel completely, but you'd have to take the tie rod ends off and roll them to switch the bar, to move the bar a little bit. But we'll get it pretty close here. This one's got disc brakes, so you got your air cans. Just check your lines, make sure they're not cracked. Okay, so if you got a crooked steering wheel going down the road, you drive down the road till you're going straight. And if your steering wheel's turned like this, you take a mark and you mark a center line on the top of the plastic housing. Then you mark your steering wheel where how crooked it is. And then when you get back in place, you line that back up wherever you pull into, line these back up, and then pull your steering wheel off and turn it till it's centered. And that will line up your steering. It's ideal to if you can get the tire rolled halfway up so you can do the measurement, that would be best. We couldn't do that because of the oil pan, so we can only come part way up. So you have to take that into consideration too. You don't want to, if you do an 1/8 inch down here, it's going to be more up here. Or if you do an 1/8 inch down here, it's going to be more up here. So you want, yeah, an 1/8 to a 1/4 toe in. And this truck was wandering a little bit, so we're going to take it out and see how it does now. And we also have to straighten the steering wheel. The steering wheel is quite a bit off. So, and the only way on this without an adjustable drag link is to pull the steering wheel and change the splines around. So we're going to take it out and drive it, and then I'll mark where the steering wheel is now. I have a piece. I didn't want to mark with ink because it's not my truck. So we put a piece of tape on there, and we'll line the tape up when we drive down the road. Okay, now look at a straight road ahead of us. We got take another piece of tape. There is center. Let's see how that. Yeah. So that's about. You go over a little bit more. That's about center. Lines line up. So when we get back, we'll park the wheel with those two lines lined up. Take the steering wheel off and move it over a notch so that those two lines line up. Then he'll go down the road straight. So we'll see how this is going now.
Going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.